Alright, this is Eric Reeds. I'm back from my vacation in Antarctica, and so I can come back here to doing uh, videos and blog posts on RS to PK. I also just came back from screening of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Excellent, excellent movie. I always thought like the more kung fu movies I'd seen. I'm a very big Shaw Brothers fan. Maybe the more it would kind of lose its luster, but I feel as though the opposite has happened. Um, anyways, today a couple of things happened. Well, when I say today, I mean the last 24 hours ish. Little River announced some of the new rules and information for the Double Rainbow Cup that's happening in June in Tokyo. And the rules are posted on his blog, and so there are some interesting rules that I kind of want to discuss, but just so that you have the immediate information, it's occurring June 29th and June 30th in 2024, and he has a link to register somewhere. It's somewhere on here, I promise. Uh, enter the Tonamo. It's somewhere. I mean, don't worry about it. If you talk to him, you're going to get into the tournament. Anyways, so third double rainbow cup. Awesome that he's putting this on. Awesome that the Japanese RS2PK community is putting on these grassroots events. Um, and I'm really excited. I'm planning on going. Um, so uh, if you plan on going, you'll probably see me there. Um, and there are some points that I want to bring up here. Notably, that the big thing that you probably want to pay attention to here. Well, okay. First of all, proxies are allowed, which is based. This is awesome. I don't own any cards, and I am not about to drop, like thousands of dollars to play Ratlock at this event. I don't even know if I'm going to play Ratlock at this event, but just the fact that I don't have to is awesome. It, there's such a big online following, and the cards are so expensive that I think this is a great rule. Um, but perhaps more meta relevant, promotional cards such as victory rings that can only be used by the winners of official tournaments will be available for use by everyone. It doesn't apply to me. I won a city championships in 2011 in the senior division. So I mean, for me, this was really, something I was kind of wanting to use to my own personal advantage. But looks like they're opening up the floodgates. So I need to make sure I can victory ring Pokemon card. Is it gonna do what I want here? Yeah, Battle Road promo. Um, so this is the card that would be the relevant one. So what does this card do? It's just a regular trainer. Turn all your prize cards face up. You may choose any number of them and return them to your deck. If you do, shuffle your deck. Then take the same number of cards from the top of your deck and put them face down as your prize cards without looking at them. I don't know if the prize cards that you've put face up return to being face down. I actually should ask for clarification on that. In any case, even if it doesn't do that, I think having a card like this in the format is pretty wild. Uh, I don't know exactly what decks are going to be playing this card. I think that if you're looking at the top decks, uh, Ratlock Lock can consider playing this card. Mew Lock can consider playing this card. Stuff like LBS might, just because there's so many things that you kind of want to include in the deck. Sceptile EX might. I know they care about their prizes a lot. Um, yeah, just a pretty crazy like metagame defining, not defining, but like decks could very easily play this card. I mean, this card has use as a card in very strong decks. Also, uh, the rules for this allow for some Japanese exclusive cards like Pokepark Latios, which has niche application as a tech against scrambled eggs, most notably. There's a Psychic Mew that has a similar attack. It has the same attack, Psywave, but it has less HP, but like a probably more useful second attack. Um, but this is like another card that would come up. I don't think it would like, and there's also a I'm Junior card. Uh, this one that it's just a psychic with copy. I think there's even a Ditto in RS to PK in like English that has this, but it has a Poke Power, which means it's susceptible to Curse Stone. So those are just some like I guess differences if you're coming from the English audience or the TCG1 audience. Um, just some things to keep in the back of your head. So I can't test with Victory Ring, but it's something I'm going to keep in the back of my head if I am going into the tournament with the idea of wanting to play a deck where it would be good in. And so also he announces some stuff about the structure of the tournament, and it's possible. So if you get into the top cut, you can change your deck from the Swiss. So you basically have like two different deck choices you're allowed to use, which is interesting. I think this is like a very unique format. It'll be interesting to see if it pays off and if there are a lot of players that are going to take one deck into the Swiss, and then I feel like if you go through 7 rounds of Swiss against some of the best RSPK players in the world, you might be inclined to just say like, "Nah, I'm just gonna stick with what got me here." I don't know. I've known about this rule for a while, and I've thought, well, if I get to this top cut, I'm probably going to play Rat, but I probably wouldn't play Rat in the Swiss because it's hard to win with that deck in Swiss. But I've got a few months to decide. And yeah, so some of the prizes, one of them is a playmat with this very cool illustration of a bunch of dudes that just love double rainbow energy. Um, I think this is really cool. And I think that they pretty much got all of them. Like, I don't know what other double rainbow guys. Maybe like Dark Tyranitar for the Rocklock gang. And then of course the Stampler Tumbler, the stupid deer, and then some surprises. So definitely, I really hope to see a lot of people at this event. It's going to have the finest Japanese players, I'm sure, and several of the finest Westerners. And so I'd love to, get as many people as we possibly can at this tournament. And I think that these rules are going to shake things up a little bit. The format, there's enough small differences in terms of metagame preferences, in terms of legal cards, in terms of timing rules, between all of the different spheres of RS to PK players. So there's not really a super well agreed upon RS to PK format that everyone is going to say yes, that's RSCPK. So it's interesting, kind of seeing this one that is has a bunch of different things going on at once. You know, you can switch decks. You have the Japanese exclusive cards, but you also have Victory Ring, which is going to be interesting to see how it plays out. Um, and then the other thing, today there were three tournaments hosted by Odysseus and Action Gaming, um, called the Road to ecruteak City or something like this. And they're just some smaller tournaments, just 3 rounds of Swiss, and then whoever went 3-0 wins effectively. And the people that won it were Q playing Swampert Metagross with. I have not actually looked at these lists yet. This is insane. High Flyer with this crazy bomb tower list that he's been playing for a bajillion years. And actually, this is kind of new. He's got some new stuff in this one. I don't remember the 203 Pidgeot line, but or the three what? Okay, I'm just not ready yet. And then the Kylan Zero with this Zapdos EX pile. Um, and so I think these tournaments are really cool. It's just three different tournaments in the same day. Uh, I think a lot of players took this as like not maybe like as a testing ground for their decks, but just as a way to play decks that they might not play at the highest level of competition. I played Mulok in the second one and went 2-1. I got second place. I lost to High Flyers Bombtar. Um, and Mulok is a deck that I probably wouldn't play at a super high level tournament. Um, but no, these are cool lists. Q's playing a Swampert Metagross deck. I've played this deck quite a bit, and I generally like it. It's got some interesting decisions. It's not playing the Fighting Swampert to draw a card, but it is playing Mag Cargo. Um, I don't know what exactly the Ditto is doing here, but I like that he's here. Island Cave is really cool. I like Island Cave in these like Aggron, Metagross, type decks. I think it's just nice to have. And the Delcatty line does make sense with the energy. You are trying to get energy out of the deck as soon as possible. And I think it's a cool list. The Fire Mew, even with the Rainbow Energy, you probably are going to get enough opportunities to use whatever you want to with that, and it helps against Sceptile EX, which a deck like this can struggle against. Um, yeah, cool stuff. I think it's a cool list, and I think this is a good deck. And seeing this novel approach to it, uh, and achieve success in this format is nice to see. And then High Flyers Bombtar. Um, I This is just such a crazy list. Every time I play against him and he's on this, I'm like, there's just no way it's running this right. 3 darkness. He has 3 darkness. He only has 3 darkness energy. He's got 2 warp energy. He's got the same amount of darkness energy as he's got curse stone. Like what? Insane. I think this is okay. This list like probably looks like dumb and that it's very suboptimal. I promise y'all, I've played against this list enough that I can tell you this list is good. It is working with some like Japanese technology that I don't often see Westerners gravitate towards. Um, I can't explain it, but it's really good. I lost to it with Mulok, and it was pretty close, but it's a hard matchup, and he knows this deck really well. And I've played like 15 games total with Mulok, so um, yeah, really cool deck. If you want to play a Bomb Tar that's like not just kind of the bog standard lists that we often see it gravitate towards, then this one's a lot of fun. And then Kylan Zero with Zapdos EX. I've seen Blandeezy play this a good amount, and playing against it, it seems like one of these decks where, like, yeah, if you hit like 3/4 of your heads on ER2 reversals and super scoop ups, you probably just like beat any deck in the format. But if that doesn't happen, you are in for a rough time. It looks fun. I mean, it looks silly. Side note: you can Lynette search for Elekid because even though it says you can't search for baby Pokemon, it's referring to like an earlier classification of baby Pokemon. I learned this like 3 months ago or something. So for all we're never too old to learn things about RSTPK. Anyways, this is a fun deck. Three fun decks. Three fun decks at these that won these events. So I hope to see more of these tournaments. I'd like to play in them more. I've got a lot of decks that I really enjoy playing that I just kind of don't have the confidence with at the highest level, and so I think having tournaments like this where I can test them, or just to have some fun. I mean, we play this format to have fun in some regard, and yeah, I'd like to participate in these more. I'd like to see more people play in them. And so that's going to do it for today. I just wanted to kind of update on some RSTPK happenings, and yeah, I guess that'll be all for this one.